What is up, guys? Random here. I just wanted to do a quick video to talk about what I've seen in the world so far, as far as the week one performances for all the teams, and also talk about the my predictions for week two and what each team needs to do to get out of the group stages. And then I also want to briefly talk about why I haven't been putting out a lot of videos. I definitely want to apologize for that. But I have some pretty good reasons. You guys can decide whether or not they're good reasons. But the first one is that it's the end of the season, which means that any video that I put out right now is going to be out of date within a month. So I'm kind of hesitant to actually put out videos. I'm working on scripts, I'm working on videos, but I'm not really publishing them yet because I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with the new rune system and how that's going to influence the game. Also, because at the end of the season, I also kind of want to, play a little bit more and maybe get some end of season rewards and try and see what rank I can get and things like that. So I'm kind of a little bit more focused on selfish things, trying to get those end of season rewards. So yeah, that's kind of why I don't really want to put out videos right now from that aspect. The other aspect is that it is the holiday season. And I've been having a lot of friends and family staying at my house because I live in a nice warm part of the country. I live right by Disneyland, so I have a lot of people coming down who want to go to Disneyland. I think I've been to Disneyland like 4 times in the past month or two. So that's taking up a ton of my time, just, being social and being a good host to friends and family. And then on top of that, I also own a house in San Diego, and my tenants are moving out. So I'm having to deal with, listing my house and getting it, I have new tenants that are going to move in, so I need to make sure it gets cleaned and, we get all the paperwork done. So that pretty much is taking up all of my time on the weekend. And then during the week, I've got a full-time job. I work for a defense contractor, and I've only been working for the company for a couple months, but they've already just put a massive amount of responsibility on me. Like, I'm responsible for, I'd say, at least 40% of what the company does, as far as, all the projects and proposals we're doing. So we're talking many, many millions of dollars that are kind of on my shoulders. So I definitely have a lot of incentive to perform well, and that's great for my career. I mean, that's great for me as far as, getting promoted and things like that, and, my bosses love me and my coworkers love me, but it's horrible for making videos because I don't have any time on the weekend because of all the holiday stuff going on, and I don't have any time during the week because of all the job stuff going on. And if I don't have time during the weekend and I don't have time during the week, well, then I'm not going to be making that many videos. So yeah, that's really kind of the 3 big reasons why I haven't been making that many videos. I am anticipating that after the holiday season things will get better, and I should be able to get more into an even rhythm of putting out videos on a regular basis. So fingers crossed that'll happen, and I'll actually be able to start churning out these both the fantasy LCS and also the class videos on a more regular basis. So for week one, definitely some surprises. I'm going to talk about the groups in the order that they're going to face off for week two, and that's going to be Group B, Group C, Group D, and then Group A. So Group B, Longzhu is on top, which was to be expected, 3-0. But Fnatic is definitely a surprise. I thought Fnatic was going to be vying for that number 2 spot, and they definitely kind of fell short. And there's been a lot of rumors going on there's a lot of turmoil going on within the team. People are speaking out on social media. The players are not being very supportive of each other, it seems like, on social media, which is never a good sign. So I don't think that Fnatic has very good chances to make it out of the group stage now. Pretty much for Fnatic to actually make it out, they would have to win all 3 of their matches in week 2, and then that would most likely force a tiebreaker with somebody, and then they would have to win that tiebreaker in order to get the second place spot. So they can't get first place. They're pretty much out of the running for first place. They could get second place if they win all 3 matches, but that is a long shot, especially with all the issues they're having on the team. So that kind of makes it a 2-horse race between Immortals and Gigabyte Marines for the second place spot, because all Longzhu has to do is really win 1 match, and they're most likely going to get first place. It's going to be very hard for Immortals or Gigabyte Marines to pass them. So really, it's really going to come down to the Immortals versus Gigabyte Marines matchup, Whoever wins that is going to be in a really good spot. So if Immortals wins, that pretty much means the Gigabyte Marines cannot catch them. It's going to be near impossible for them to catch them, because if the records are tied, then the tiebreaker goes to the team that has the better record against that team. So if you 2-0 another team, you're guaranteed to advance. If Gigabyte's Marines wins and they wind up with the same record, like 3-3 or 4-2, then they would face each other for a tiebreaker. So if Immortals wins against Gigabyte Marines, then they're pretty much guaranteed that second place spot. For Group C, RNG came out looking really freaking good. They're kind of like China's biggest hope right now. They're even able to beat Samsung Galaxy, which is pretty impressive. So if they're able to continue their performance, they should get the #1 spot, and then it comes down to Samsung Galaxy versus G2 Esports. And really, G2 has to beat Samsung Galaxy in order to have a shot. If Samsung Galaxy 2-0s G2, then G2 is pretty much out of the competition. It's going to be near impossible for them to get that second place spot. So just keep that in mind. That's definitely the match that you want to keep your eye on for Group C. And then, of course, Fenerbahce most likely does not have a shot making it out of the group stage. For Group D, it's really a toss-up between all three of these teams. Team WE, Misfits Gaming, and TSM. Flash Wolves is pretty much out of it unless they can beat all three teams. So it's all of those matches are going to really matter. All three of those matches between WE, Misfits, and TSM are going to matter. I'm obviously going to have my eyes on Misfits versus TSM, because if Misfits is able to beat TSM for a second time, then that makes the road very hard for TSM to make it out of the group stage. So I'm going to have my eye very close on that match. And for Misfits, obviously, they need to look at Team WE. They need to beat Team WE in order to kind of solidify their ability to make it out of the group stage. So you want to at least go 1-1 against all of the teams. If you go 2-0, if you lose 2-0 against a team, then it makes it very hard to make it out of the group stage. And then for Group A, EDG being at the bottom at 0-3 is definitely a surprise. I think everybody could expect that SKT was going to be at the top at 3-0, but EDG being at the bottom is really surprising, and that actually opens things up a lot for Cloud9 to make it out of groups. Really what matters in this week is whether or not Cloud9 can beat AHQ for a second time. If Cloud9 wins that match, they're pretty much guaranteed the #2 spot. So that Cloud9 versus AHQ match is the most important match for that group. So that said, I do think that it's most likely going to be SKT and Cloud9 from Group A, Longzhu and Immortals from Group B. I do think it's going to be RNG and Samsung Galaxy from Group C, even though I want G2 to advance. I don't think they're going to be able to beat Samsung. And then from Group D, I'm going to cross my fingers and I'm going to hope that it's TSM and Misfits, though I have a feeling that one of them is not going to make it. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I have a feeling that one of them is not going to make it, and then Team WE is going to either have that #1 or #2 spot. But I'm hoping that both TSM and Misfits make it out of the groups. That would be a phenomenal result if that happens, because that would be 3 NA teams and 1 EU team advancing out of the group stage. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any particular matches that you're really excited to see. I definitely want to see what Gigabyte Marines do, because they're always a really exciting team. And let me know who your favorites are moving into the playoffs. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have any suggestions for things that I can do that don't take a lot of time, any videos you want to see that I can just kind of do kind of in this kind of style where I'm just talking or maybe playing while I'm talking, just let me know, and I'll try and help you guys out. But I definitely can't do a lot of the really highly edited content that I like to put out at this point. I'll probably have to wait, a couple weeks in order to be able to do that. So anyway, hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is Randomonium signing off.